NIBM. It builds on the OBL philosophy introduced 4 years ago to move away from exam-oriented education. And it focuses on transforming education into a real-world entrepreneurial impact, helping students build skills for life.
NIBM සූපව ගැතින් යන්න බෑ මේ සුදුසුයි
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have all of you to please rise to welcome our chief guest, the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. On behalf of NIBM, the City University, we welcome all of you to the official launch of Neo Ventures, the National Innovations Accelerator. Madam, a warm welcome to you to this very special occasion. In keeping with tradition, we'd like to start off with the lighting of the oil lamp. Can we please invite our chief guest, the Honorable Prime Minister and Minister of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Honorable Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, to light the oil lamp. We also invite the Minister of Labour and Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Honorable Professor Anil Jayanta Fernando, Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Honorable Sunil Kumar Gamage, Deputy Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development, Honorable Chaturanga Abesinghe, Secretary, Minister of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Mr. Nalaka Kuluvava, Additional Secretary, Vocational Training, Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Ms. Samanthi Senanayaka, Additional Secretary, Administration, Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Ms. Samanthi Mihindukula. Also, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Ms. Himali Ataudage. Acting Secretary, Digital Economy, Ministry of Digital Economy, Mr. T.R. Varuna Sri Dhanapala. We also invite the head of the institutions under the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, Mr. S.C. Jagat, Director General Department of Technical Education and Training, the NIBM Governing Council members, Mr. Dhammika Lokuge, Director, Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Sri Lanka, Dr. Asanga Ranasinghe, Director, Postgraduate Institute of Management, the NIBM officials, Chairman of NIBM, Dr. Gunathilaka Tantirigava, Director General of NIBM, Dr. D.M.A. Kulasuriya, Director School of Computing and Engineering of NIBM, Dr. Gangani Vikramasinghe, Head School of Computing and Engineering, Dr. Thisara Veerasinghe, Program Director, Mr. Kirti Kodituwakku. We'd also like to invite the ecosystem partners, Mr. Heminder Javira, Senior Advisor, Neo Ventures, Executive Director of Trace Sri Lanka, and Mr. Heshan Karunaratne, Senior Advisor, Neo Ventures, President of the Computer Society of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much. We'd like all of you to be standing for the national anthem.
Sri Lanka Mata, Abba Sri Lanka, Namo 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 Mata. Sundara Sri Varini, Surani
Thank you very much. You may all be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Institute of Business Management, NIBM, governed under the Ministry of Education, Higher Education and Vocational Education, is Sri Lanka's city university with over 57 years of academic excellence, partnering with world-renowned universities in the United Kingdom, Australia, Malaysia and Russia. NIBM offers globally recognized qualifications through cutting-edge programs in computing, engineering, business, design, languages, psychology, and AI and data science, also logistics, and many more. With 8 regional campuses, advanced digital platforms, a distinguished faculty of 300-plus lecturers, a vibrant community of 25,000 plus students, and over 100 industry partnerships, ladies and gentlemen, NIBM combines state-of-the-art facilities and innovation hubs to deliver a holistic and future-ready higher education experience. And with that introduction, ladies and gentlemen, they say seeing is believing. We'd like to take you into the wonderful world of NIBM. Everybody, focus your attention on the screen.
The world moves forward with time, leaving its mark in this infinite universe. In this world glitters the pearl of the Indian Ocean. You are now entering the perfect city of NIBM. It is a city of the future, ensuring your freedom. It is a city of hearts, placing no restriction on your thoughts and teaching you to love the world as a whole. It is a city guiding you to rightful technology and making you understand the value of education. This is that city's greatest school of higher education. Come, let us now enter NIBM. School of Computing, a high-tech mission containing the modern society of computer revolution and all information related to it. NIBM also houses computer laboratories, libraries, lecture halls and auditoriums equipped with the latest technology. School of Engineering, the workstation encompassing the most developed and sharpest sectors in the future world of work. School of Business, door to the path leading to success in the world of business. School of Design, Interior Decor. School of Language, the most beautiful journey of learning to understand people and the universe. World-recognized degree programs of this nature are not only available at the main campus of NIBM, located in Colombo 7, and the National Innovation Center located in Colombo 5, but also in the main cities of Galle, Kandy, Kurunegala, and Mathura. NIBM has revolutionized the traditional education system, which restricted students to their classrooms, and is now unconditionally supporting the different extracurricular activities that develop the talents of their students. NIBM has a stable capital and comprises a management in the international level, equipped to carry out all operations in the most fit and proper manner. The said capacity is completely invested to expand knowledge of many children who have been engulfed in the traditional education system. As NIBM is a higher education institute owned by the government of Sri Lanka, students and their parents can place their complete trust on the institution. Therefore, the doors of NIBM would always affectionately be open to the youth representing generations who will be the winners of tomorrow, entering the city of the future along the path of freedom, love, and fellowship. Leadership, stability, quality, technology, and innovation. Together, creates a smart student population for a smart era. For a smart era is the path to success, the modern thinking of NIBM.
Why the silence, everybody? A round of applause for NIBM. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, to formally deliver the welcome address, I have the pleasure of inviting a personality who is an accomplished academic, practitioner, and consultant with extensive international experience in higher education, research, and public and corporate sectors in Sri Lanka and New Zealand. He has held senior academic roles, including head of department and dean, supervised graduate research, and contributed to international conferences and publications. Offered consultancy services to global organizations such as WHO, WTO, UNDP, World Bank, USAID, and NZAID. And he possesses advanced expertise in applied economics, research methods, public policy, statistical analysis, economic modeling, demand forecasting, and input-output analysis. A renowned personality for innovative thinking and lateral problem solving, ladies and gentlemen, he is a creative leader and team player, adept at implementing new policies and processes, and highly respected for his ability to apply advanced methods to contemporary economic challenges. Without further ado, I have the pleasure of inviting the chairman, NIBM, Dr. Gunatilaka Tantirigama, to formally deliver the welcome address.
Very good evening to you all. Ayubowan, Vanakkam, Assalamu alaikum. In fact, this is one of the happiest days in my life because this involves young entrepreneurs or young innovators. It is with immense pride and great pleasure that I extend the warmest of welcome to you, each and every one of you gathered here this evening at Trace Expert City for the NIBM Neo Ventures Rising Founders Cohort Announcement 2025. On behalf of the National Institute of Business Management, the Governing Council, and our Director General, Dr. D.M.A. Kulasurya, I would like to offer our most profound respect and gratitude to our distinguished guests for gracing this landmark occasion. We are exceptionally honored and deeply privileged to have with us this evening as our chief guest, the Honorable Prime Minister of Socialist Democratic Republic of Sri Lanka, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Your Excellency, your presence here is a powerful testament to your government's commitment to innovations and entrepreneurship, and it serves as an unparalleled source of inspiration for the brilliant young minds we celebrate today. We are truly grateful for your acceptance of our invitation besides your busy schedule. We are also delighted to welcome our guest of honors, Honorable Professor Anil Fernando, Honorable Deputy Minister Chaturanga Abesinghe, and Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports, Sunil Kumar Gamage. He is yet to come, yet to arrive here. Your support is crucial in building the ecosystem that allows these future leaders to thrive. A very special welcome to our esteemed senior advisors, Mr. Hemindra Jayavira and Mr. Heshan Karunaratne. Our dedicated NIBM faculty staff, our passionate partner organization, proud parents and families, and most importantly, to our stars of the evening, the rising founders of the 2025 Neo Ventures cohort. We are gathered here for a singular purpose, to witness the official announcement of the 50 most promising startup teams in Sri Lanka. These young entrepreneurs have emerged victorious from a highly competitive and rigorous selection process. They represent the vibrant future of our nation's economy, a future built on innovation, digital transformation, and sustainable growth. The Neo Ventures program is NIBM's pledge to this future. It is a pioneering initiative designed to nurture this new potential through world-class mentorship, industry collaboration, and skills development, empowering our brightest minds to transform their innovations, ideas into thriving enterprises. Tonight is not just an announcement, it is a celebration of ambition, courage, and the relentless spirit of entrepreneurship. It is the starting line of this 50 on a journey that we believe will significantly contribute to our nation's prosperity. So let us begin this celebration. Once again, it is a heartfelt welcome to you all. Thank you for being here to support the next wave of Sri Lankan innovation. Thank you. Enjoy the celebration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And ladies and gentlemen, on this momentous occasion, I now have the honor and pleasure of inviting our chief guest this evening, the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, to share her valued thoughts with us. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Honorable Ministers, Deputy Ministers, senior government officials, leadership of NIBM, industry partners, members of the academic community, students, parents, and families. We live in a period of rapid technological and economic change. The future strength of Sri Lanka's economy will not rely on traditional sectors alone. In fact, it is becoming increasingly difficult for us to predict what the future will look like and what our future growth sectors are going to look like and what those emerging needs are. Change is happening in such profound and sort of unanticipated ways that the most important thing, I think, is for us to be ready for that change and be ready to be able to adapt and move with these changes. So therefore, in that kind of dynamic context, innovation, digital transformation, and solutions developed by our own people to meet these challenges is becoming an extremely important part of how we prepare ourselves for the future. Our greatest national resource is not material, but human. The ideas, skills, and energy of our young people will determine the direction of our economy and our society. This is why initiatives such as Neo Ventures are so important. They create the space, and what a beautiful space it was that I just saw, for young people to move from concept to enterprise, building ventures that generate employment, expand markets, and enhance the country's global competitiveness. For many years, education in Sri Lanka, as we all know, focused on examinations. NIBM has been among the institutions leading a necessary transition from theory to practice, from outcome-based learning to venture creation. This is an important shift. It equips students not only with knowledge, but with the capacity to become contributors to the nation's development. We are witnessing a comprehensive education reform process in Sri Lanka designed to move away from examination-focused system towards one that encourages creativity, problem-solving, and practical application of knowledge. Moreover, it seeks to create the kind of citizen and the kind of innovator equipped not just with technology and knowledge, but also with a spirit and a sense of social responsibility, ethics, and a sense of integrity. These are extremely important to us because our education system needs to produce the kinds of citizens who can take us to the next level of development that our country so desperately needs. The reforms that we are seeking to implement in our education system aims to equip students with skills, flexibility, confidence to navigate a rapidly changing world, and also with a sense of social responsibility and citizenship. I'm glad to see that Neo Ventures aligns closely with this vision, providing a platform where young people can translate their learning into innovation, entrepreneurship, and real-world impact. These reforms also emphasize partnerships between schools, universities, industry, and society. Neo Ventures exemplifies this by bringing together academia, industry, and ecosystem collaborators into one space that supports young founders. I'm pleased to note that NIBM is advancing initiatives that support the Ministry of Education's vision, helping ensure that these reforms that we are planning and discussing translate into tangible opportunities for young people. What I would also seek from you is that these opportunities reach as many young people as possible, that we are able to address the kinds of divisions and divides that our social system is also having to deal with, so that these opportunities are not for a privileged few, but are available to as many of our young people as possible. For over 5 decades, NIBM has played a central role in higher education in Sri Lanka, responding to the changing needs of students, industry, and the economy. With the launch of Neo Ventures, NIBM has again demonstrated its commitment not only to education, but to entrepreneurship and economic transformation. Neo Ventures is designed to provide young entrepreneurs with mentorship, networks, and opportunities that can turn innovative ideas into sustainable businesses. The aim is not limited to academic excellence, but to preparing you and all those who are part of this program to play a lasting role in shaping society and the economy. Partnerships are an essential part of this effort. Industry collaboration ensures that students and founders are connected to expertise, resources, and international markets. And we have that here. We have those resources, we have that talent, and some of it is right here in this room with us. These partnerships strengthen this ecosystem and help create conditions where innovations can grow. The government fully supports these efforts. We are committed to creating a policy framework that encourages innovation, attracts investments into startups, and reduces unnecessary administrative barriers for entrepreneurs. Initiatives like Neo Ventures are aligned with our national priorities of economic recovery, social stability, social cohesion, and sustainable development. Their success will directly contribute to the success of our country. To the rising founders of 2025, I offer my congratulations. Today marks the beginning of an important journey. It will require discipline, persistence, and vision, but it also carries the potential to contribute significantly to Sri Lanka's future. As I declare the Neo Ventures Hub open, I do so with confidence that this initiative will produce results of national value. I look forward to following your progress, to hearing about your success, to following your stories, and to seeing your ideas take shape in the years ahead. Thank you very much, and congratulations to all those who are part of this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. We'd like to stay back. Thank you for your thought-provoking address and your sincere wishes. I would also like to invite the Chairman of NIBM, Dr. Gunadelaga Tantirigama, and Director General, Dr. D.M.A. Kulasurya, to join the Prime Minister on stage as we move on to recognize the first 25 selected startups, and we'll be presenting certificates to them. We first invite illegitimate. Everybody put your hands together and give them a round of applause. An AI app that detects allergens, tracks symptoms, and supports proactive allergy care. Allergy Mate. Everybody, a round of applause. And the next, Amor Developers Group. AI-driven maternal and fetal monitoring with smart pregnancy wearables. Everybody, I don't hear the applause. Everybody, let's hear it. Next is EcoMe, an eco-friendly bamboo toothbrush. Let's give them all the encouragement with applause, ladies and gentlemen. They are the selected startups. Next, it's Zyra Health, comprehensive mental care platform for better mental freedom. Let's hear it. And next, it's Ceylon BioWrap, an eco-friendly, biodegradable packaging solution as a sustainable alternative to plastic. And next, it's Can Hope, multi-platform network for cancer drug shortage prevention. BMD Eco Kitchen, AI-powered smart pantry for optimizing the household usage. Everybody, a round of applause. And next, it's IntraView, an AI-driven hiring platform that automates the entire recruitment pipeline. Let's have a round of applause, everybody. And now it's Leon Droids, robotics as a service for autonomous operations. Ladies and gentlemen, they are young innovators. I'm sure we can put our hands together for a better round of applause. Mom Pro, a system for hyper-realistic 3D visuals with depth simulation, is the next. And next we have White Scan, offline handwriting recognition system for seamless digitization. Next, let's recognize TravNext, a personalized travel platform that simplifies trip planning. TravNext is for receiving their certificate, their recognition, a personalized travel platform that simplifies trip planning. And next, let's welcome BioFlame Relief, a natural burn recovery solution for faster, accessible healing. That's coming up next. BioFlame Relief it is. And this is Mod 6 that's coming up next, an automatic mosquito killer. And now let's welcome PharmCon, a centralized pharmacy platform for real-time medicine access. And next, let's welcome Grid Keys, modular magnetic keyboard system for customizable control. And now let's welcome Aura Connect, an AI-powered virtual agent for customer service and operations. This is Aura Connect. Time now to welcome Vets 99, a digital veterinary platform connecting pet owners with vets and pet services. Everybody put your hands together, give them a round of applause. And now let's welcome Plasti C, eco-friendly seaweed-based plastic to reduce environmental pollution. This is Plasti C just being recognized. Everybody put your hands together, give them a round of applause. Eco-friendly seaweed-based plastic to reduce environmental pollution. And next, let's welcome Pepe Ceylon Private Limited, bringing authentic Sri Lankan spices and herbs from local farmers to global markets. Yes, that's Pepe Ceylon Private Limited receiving their certificate. And now let's welcome Arctine, no-code back-end platform for building and scaling applications. Time now to welcome Local Flair, digital creative hub for affordable branding and promotion. This is Local Flair. It's lovely to see Honorable Prime Minister giving them all the encouragement. Lovely. And next, let's welcome Ismat Sea Link, a platform for sustainable seafood export connecting Sri Lanka's coast to the global market. And ladies and gentlemen, finally, from the hands of the Honorable Prime Minister, let's welcome Miracle Kitchen, sustainable seafood export from Sri Lanka to the world. Madam, don't leave. Madam, we have something for you. We have a token of appreciation. Thank you very much. This is the first time I'm seeing you, and it's a real pleasure as Compia to having listened to your amazing speech, thought-provoking. Everybody, put your hands together and give her a round of applause. Our chief guest this evening, the Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. This is our way of saying a big thank you for your presence here today. And ladies and gentlemen, I now would like to invite to address you all on this very special occasion the Director General of the National Institute of Business Management, who is a seasoned educational stalwart who has led the Institute's journey of excellence in Sri Lanka's educational landscape. His leadership embodies commitment to educational growth, innovation, and empowering aspiring minds. Ladies and gentlemen, he spearheaded the strategic project of changing the teaching and learning system in Sri Lanka by introducing a fully fledged outcome-based learning system in 2018. The OBL system has been implemented successfully at NIBM during the last 3 years, and it was embraced by stakeholders in the industry by making a historical mark in the field of education in Sri Lanka. I have the pleasure of inviting the Director General of NIBM, Dr. DMA Kulasiriya. Over to you.
Honorable Ministers, all the distinguished guests, and our academic staff, and dear budding innovators, and ladies and gentlemen. Today we are launching New Ventures in IBM National Startup Maker Project to empower passionate learners of all universities to build their life with their own startups. NIBM Neo Ventures emerged from a simple but bold idea. Higher education must lead to real-world impact. Neo Ventures is a hub for future-focused learners to transform their basic yet creative ideas into fully developed products with the guidance of industry experts and the supporting investors. We provide perfect environment for innovation, collaboration, and growth. This is the next phase of outcome-based learning system that we introduced 4 years ago at NIBM. OBL is an innovative teaching and learning system to produce graduates who can provide better solutions for issues of people and the society in general. The system moves away from exam-driven traditional education towards a learner-centered approach that equip leaders with the new skills, confidence, real-world experience to succeed in life. In a world where knowledge is most, universities remains confined within classroom walls. NIBM Neo Ventures is breaking barriers, driving learners from passive study to active creation by transforming karma into capital and learners into entrepreneurs. Sri Lanka must embrace a national effort to build the orange or creative economy to unlock the true potential of the country. By championing Sri Lanka's orange economy rooted in creativity, innovations, and sustainability and cultural heritage, we are encouraging our future learners to imagine boldly and wisely and turn ideas into enterprises. We are delighted to showcase new trends in education aligned with the ongoing reform efforts spearheaded by the Minister of Education under the visionary guidance of the leadership of Honorable Prime Minister. New Ventures is highly attractive initiative for Gen Z and Gen Alpha generations, offering project-based, flexible, and experiential lifelong learning that aligns with the way they aspire to live, learn, and create. We would like to see that new generation can produce jobs rather than seeking jobs. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Dr. Gangani Wickramasinghe, Director, School of Computing and Engineering, Dr. Thisara, Ms. Senali, for making this project a great success with the support of team at NIBM. I'm proud to say that New Ventures Hub was designed by Ms. Prarthana Vijayasiri, our interior design lecturer, with the support of her students. I must also thank Mr. Kirti Kodituaku, the project leader of New Ventures, who spearheaded the whole project. Finally, dear budding entrepreneurs, my humble request is that you recognize the damn truth. Building a business is never easy. It demands resilience, discipline, and unwavering commitment. Remember, while the success rates may be here in Sri Lanka around 10% of all startups, those who persist with purpose and passions are the ones who turn challenges into successes. George Brake life and the power of learning. To discover new opportunities and to make people's life better by creating sustainable solutions for their problems. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kulasurya, for sharing your valued thoughts with us. And on this momentous occasion, I now have the pleasure of inviting Honorable Professor Anil Janta Fernando, Minister of Labour and Deputy Minister of Economic Development, to also address this August gathering. Everybody, a round of applause.
Good evening. Honorable Deputy Minister Chaturanga Abesinghe, the Chairman of NIB, Dr. Tantrigama, and all the officials and office bearers, distinguished invitees, and young innovators gathered here. It's indeed a great pleasure of joining this wonderful event, which caters mainly the young generation to bring about their talents and innovative ideas, to create various platforms of generating value to the society. The world is evolving in such a manner by grasping new knowledge. Knowledge is a key pillar in the development and successes. So, however, we are lagging behind, though we can claim that we have excelled in some areas. We just put everything together and compared our successes with the world. Actually, we are lagging behind. We need to take a leap forward to catch the world. In pursuit of doing this, one of the key areas is none other than the education, the knowledge. Education basically expands your capacity, human capacity, in many ways. Especially when it comes to the today's innovations, accelerators, the program, it's a bit challenging But on the other hand, it really allows them to think differently. We can learn just to gain more knowledge and to maintain what it is and continue as it is. That's one way. The other way is to challenge the given scenario, given situation always, questioning the world. In order to do that, you have to have opportunities. You have to have backups. You need to have a kind of encouragement. So this is where different agencies, including the government and other organizations, have to play a key role. Whenever we try to do something on our own, independently, it would be problematic. So this is one area where your talents are brought into one platform and you are given lots of opportunities. In that scenario, the concept of incubator is the most important one. In a traditional mode of learning and becoming entrepreneurs or generating values, we have lots of experiences, and when we fail, so that would be the verdict, that is the end. It is discouraging. But we have to have programs to turn failures to be a platform for finding a success. In that regard, this incubation and your efforts are highly welcome. Innovation and entrepreneurships and value generations, finally, should really help create value for the mankind, humans. We believe that Sri Lanka is in a juncture. We need to transform the entire society, as I just mentioned, in reaching that noble goal, where we have to understand the context as well through AI, innovations, and new thinking. We know that the technology has become a key variable of the game changer. Without technology, we can't think of anything. We need to go with technology. But at the same time, in our learning processes, we have to understand, so how best this technology is going to be used, how the creativity should be used for the value generation, value creation, for what? For the needs of human. Why I am highlighting or saying this? In this journey, there is a risk. That risk is your talents, your capacities, new technologies may fall that way or this way. What's it? If the context or the society is not thinking from a very broader perspective, it is more likely that innovations or AI or any other thing may tend to create not the basic values. Sometimes that may try to change your behaviors. Instead of catering to the needs of people, you may change the behavior of humans, technology and innovation, and then new products and services would come to cater for this. So that is one of the concepts as of now the world is just arguing for. Even this artificial intelligence, others. So to some extent, this artificial intelligence would train you instead of catering you. Once you are trained, then the products would follow. Products would follow. So I hope that now our government has placed a key or identified education as a key pillar in developing the country, human resource development. So in that regard, from government side, we are ready to give the fullest support from the public finance, and to collaborate and cooperate and partner with all the other agencies. Some of them are partly semi-government or the private sector, because the final success really depends on how best we cooperate, collaborate, and partner with everyone to work in our own capacities to bring about more value and the creativity into the society. We strongly believe that education is one of the key areas. So therefore, at this moment, I take this opportunity to first congratulate those who are the recipients of the awards today, and become key figures in the future, those who could create more values to the country and make the landscape of Sri Lankan development. And the thank and congratulate the mentors, the team. Though it's one particular event, I know that the full team is behind this. So your collective efforts would really make big miracles. So then, really thank everyone, and thank everyone for inviting me, and wish everyone all the best. And we put our hands together and think of working to achieve a common goal, that is the prosperity for everyone. Thank you very much.
Stuti,
And ladies and gentlemen, now for that beautiful spot of entertainment, I now have the pleasure of inviting the Deputy Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development, Honorable Chaturanga Abesingha, to speak a few words. Everybody, a round of applause.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to congratulate NIBM for bringing up one missing piece into the ecosystem of startups, and for Trace City for partnering and bringing an incredible space for the startup ecosystem of Sri Lanka. And it's a very timely and needed initiative. And again, I would like to congratulate the award winners or the certificate winners who has come through a process and getting selected. So, Honorable Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Anil Jayanta, is also here. The journey that we are on is not something easy. Sri Lanka has not been able to make its mark on the global value chain thus far. So we have struggled over the past 30 years to make a mark in the global value chains. We have a 80 billion GDP or a 90 billion GDP and 12 billion of goods exports, another 5 billion of services exports. The potential is enormous. The talent we have, the resources we have, and the location we have, we could have done much, much greater. The reason being we didn't have right policies, or the policies has not been implemented. I think in isolation, many of the initiatives have taken place, especially on the startup ecosystem. We see a lot of progress over the last 5 to 10 years, but it is not part of a national framework. From the Ministry of Industries and Entrepreneurship, we are building a national framework with the inputs of the experts who are already here, like Mr. Heminder, to ensure that there's a strong framework or an ecosystem for startups. So these institutional changes will take place within next 2 years to ensure that we will have a data-driven startup ecosystem where all the entrepreneurs and the startups will be identified across the island and taken through a life cycle management system. So in that life cycle management system, the ideation and the innovation will happen in incubators like this. So the incubator system across the country will be brought into a particular framework that it can be nurtured beyond what it is today, because the capacity of a particular institution to give support for a startup is limited. But as a whole, if the government also is part of it, giving space, knowledge, financing, access to equity and access to market and technology, all 5 pillars has to work hand in hand for a startup to become successful. And apart from that, the overall national support system at a district level and the divisional level, creating a accessible market space both in retail and digital, and also ensuring there is a proper funding mechanism through development banking plus equity and angel networks and venture capitals is something that we are looking at within next few years that we can achieve. The bottlenecks for investments will be hopefully removed by end of this year, not only for startups who are doing products, but also especially for the startups in the IT sector. So these reforms are taking place, and it's interesting, and it's you getting into business or startups is at a right time where the government is also interested in supporting this. So the entire ecosystem, especially concentrated now in Colombo, will be pushed into the other cities and the corners of Sri Lanka to ensure that every child, every youth has great opportunity to starting their own businesses. So therefore, I think I would again like to thank NIBM and Trace City for trying to fix a piece of the puzzle. The puzzle need to be fixed over the next few years, and together I think we can do it. මම බොහොම ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා NIBM ආයතනයට විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් විදිහට ලංකාවේ ප්‍රමුඛතම විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයක් විදිහට ආරම්භක ව්‍යාපාර සඳහා මේ වගේ ස්ථානයක් මේ වගේ අවස්ථාවක් උදා කිරීම දීම පිළිබඳ අපි දන්නවා Trace City කියන එක ලංකාවේ දැනට ආරම්භක ව්‍යාපාර සඳහා තෝතැන්නක් බවට පත් වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒ සියල්ලටම සහාය දෙන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන ජාතික වැඩපිළිවෙල මේ වෙනකොට කර්මාන්ත අමාත්‍යාංශයේ ව්‍යවසායකත්ව අංශය නිර්මාණය කරමින් යනවා. ඒක ඇතුලේ ව්‍යාපාර හඳුනා ගැනීම, ව්‍යාපාරවල ජීවන චක්‍රය සඳහා සියලුම රාජ්‍ය ආයතනවල සහාය ලබා දීම, වෙළඳපොළ ලබා ගැනීම සඳහා අවශ්‍ය පහසුකම් සැලපීම, වගේම ප්‍රාග්ධන සම්පාදනය, ප්‍රාදේශීය වශයෙන් සහාය කියන සමස්ත ව්‍යාපාරයක් බිහි කිරීමට, ව්‍යාපාරයක් පවත්වාගෙන යාමට සහ ප්‍රවර්ධනය කිරීමට අවශ්‍ය කරන රාජ්‍ය සහාය දකුණු කොරියාව, වියට්නාමය සහ ඉන්දියාව වගේ රටවල් ආරම්භක ව්‍යාපාරවලට ලබා දෙන සහායට නොදෙවෙනි සහායක් ලබා දීමට වර්තමාන රජයේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති නිර්මාණය කරමින් යනවා. ඉතින් ඒ යන ගමනේ පෞද්ගලික අංශයත් විශ්වවිද්‍යාල පද්ධතියත් මේ දෙන දායකත්වය අපි එකතු කරලා ලෝකයේ අගය දාමේ වැඩි පංගුවක් ළඟා කරගන්න, විශේෂයෙන්ම නව නිර්මාණ බිහි කරලා ඒක ලෝකයේ අගය දාමේ පංගුවක් බවට පත් කරගන්න. ඒ වගේම විශේෂයෙන්ම IT ශාස්ත්‍රේ නම් තාක්ෂණික ශාස්ත්‍රේ නම් IP ක්‍රියේට් කරලා අපිට ඒ IP වල වටිනාකම ලංකාවට ලබා ගන්න. ඒ අවශ්‍ය කරන ශක්තිය ලබා දීලා විශේෂයෙන්ම තරුණ පරම්පරාව ව්‍යවසායකත්වයට යොමු කිරීම සඳහා සිද්ධ කරන ජාතික කර්තව්‍යයේ කොටස්කරුවන් බවට පත්වීමට මේ ගත්ත උත්සාහයට අපි ස්තුතිවන්ත වෙනවා කර්මාන්ත අමාත්‍යාංශයේ විදියට. ඒ වගේම පූර්ණ සහයෝගය කර්මාන්ත අමාත්‍යාංශයේත් ඇමතුමාගේ සමස්ත රජයේම සහායත් මෙවැනි ආරම්භක ව්‍යාපාරවලට සහ ව්‍යවසායකත්වයට ලබා දෙනවා කියලා සඳහන් කරමින් මගේ වචන ස්වල්පේ නිමා කරනවා. බොහොම ස්තුතියි.
Thank you very much, Honourable Sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Trace Expert City plays a crucial role in the startup ecosystem of Sri Lanka and is the headquarters for some of Sri Lanka's finest homegrown ICT companies. Well, I have the pleasure now of inviting Mr. Heminda Jayavira, Executive Director of Trace Sri Lanka and Senior Advisor at Neo Ventures, to speak a few words. Over to you.
Honourable Deputy Ministers and the distinguished invitees from the government, from the academia and the industry. So it's great to see Neo Ventures launched today at the Trace Expert City. So over the years, I think we have seen a lot of programs, structured system to educate and build various professionals, maybe doctors, engineers, accountants, legal professionals. But we have never seen a system in Sri Lanka, even in the education system, to build entrepreneurs, a structured system or innovators. So this has been a great missing piece in the ecosystem. So I think a couple of weeks back, I was in the audience when the Prime Minister was talking about one of the ADB event. She was highlighting IIT Madras started this 100 deep tech startups in Tamil Nadu, and that was one of the biggest achievements. But now we can see this Neo Ventures program already. We have identified nearly 50 startups and nurture them to the next level. So I think what we wanted to be there, it's already happening. So thank you very much, Neo Ventures, for initiating this. So Neo Ventures is not just a typical startup program. This is a national startup accelerator program. And also it will gradually move to something called a venture studio, one of the most important part in a globally accepted entrepreneurial training program. So this is a 1-year curated program And all the entrepreneurs who comes here will get a chance to meet mentors, investors, experts, people with the know-how, and also the facilities like prototyping design centers, facilities to take the products to the global markets, and a lot of other things. So this is a curated program, probably the best that we have developed with the support of the industry and various other know-how. And this will continue as a long-term journey to develop more and more entrepreneurs and innovators from Sri Lanka. So few words about TRACE. So TRACE has been the breeding ground for many tech organizations in the past nearly a decade. So just to give you a few numbers, this premises is the place where you generate highest number of dollars per square foot in the country, and also highest number of dollars per employee. And we have already developed many organizations from here, which has taken to the global scale. And already we are nurturing about 80 plus startups in this premises itself. And TRACE, as an organization, is not only here. We are already in 8 locations island-wide. So every location, what happens is nurturing this startup ecosystem, entrepreneurs, innovators to take to the next level. So we hope Neo Ventures will be the jewel of these gems already there at TRACE Expert City. And also we will think that these startups that are generated, started, nurtured here, will be the main engine of growth for Sri Lanka in the coming years. So thank you, NIBM, for taking this initiative, going beyond the traditional education organization, and keeping the promise that what every university in Sri Lanka should do, that is to create knowledge, create inventors, create innovators, and create enterprise. So thank you very much. And as TRACE, we will give our fullest support to take this initiative, not just a national scale, but international level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of encouragement and giving everybody food for thought this evening. And now it's time to recognize our next set of startups. And I would like to now invite the Minister of Labour and Deputy Minister of Economic Development, Honourable Dr. Professor Anil Janta Fernando, and Director School of Computing and Engineering of NIBM, Dr. Gangani Vikramasinghe. Everybody, put your hands together and give them a round of applause. We start off with VeriFlow, a blockchain platform for transparent and sustainable supply chains. And next, it's ChronoTix, smart scheduling platform for optimized university timetables. And after ChronoTix, it's Smart Health Lanka, patient-centric digital health app for accessible and integrated healthcare. Smart Health Lanka. Yes, do I see them coming up? We move on to BirthLink, digitizing Sri Lanka's native midwifery for accessible and culturally rooted maternal care. Carebox, AI to smart container for the safe transport of sensitive cargo. And after Carebox, it's LumoFit, emotion-aware posture correction belt for differently abled individuals. LumoFit is recognized next. And after LumoFit, it's Neoda, the contemporary fashion brand upcycling fabric waste with traditional handloom techniques. Neoda. And next it's Ayud Sensei, scalable Ayurveda wellness platform for global users, clinics and NGOs. Coming up next is Omidra Group, food trading company specializing in premium import commodities. Yes, Omidra Group is coming up. Let's put our hands together and give Omidra Group a round of applause. Thank you very much, Honorable Sir. Thank you. And on this very special occasion, ladies and gentlemen, as we move on with our program, well, we're talking about startups and incubation. That is directly in the interest of the Computer Society of Sri Lanka. And the Computer Society of Sri Lanka is the apex body for ICT professionals, and that IT entrepreneurs play a pivotal role in the local economy. So it's very fitting now that I invite this personality to address you all, the President of the Computer Society of Sri Lanka, Mr. Heshan Karnarata. Over to you.
Good evening, Honorable Deputy Ministers, Chairman and the Director General of NIBM, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the rising founders who are the heart of today's gathering. Good evening. It's a privilege to be here at the launch of NeoVentures, a national innovation accelerator that promises to be a turning point of Sri Lanka's entrepreneurial journey. When we look at the future of our nation, we know that technology and innovation are no longer optional. They are essential. The world is moving at an unprecedented pace, and Sri Lanka must not only keep up, but also create its own path of excellence. NeoVentures is that platform, one that transforms ideas into action, passion into purpose, and ambition into enterprises of real impact. As President of the Computer Society of Sri Lanka, I stand before you representing the nation's professional body for ICT. For over almost 5 decades, Computer Society has been shaping the ICT landscape, driving standards, building capacity, and championing the digital transformation. Our vision is clear: to make Sri Lanka a digitally empowered nation. And we recognize that this vision cannot be achieved without empowering young innovators and startups. That is why the Computer Society of Sri Lanka is proud to be an ecosystem partner of NeoVentures Together, we will mentor the next generation of founders by connecting them with the industry leaders and also the global networks, bridge the academia and industry together, ensuring that knowledge is translated into innovation and enterprises, advocate for policies and standards that enable startups to scale and attract investments and compete on the world stage. But most importantly, we are here to remind every young innovator your ideas matter. Even the smallest concept can change lives, transform industries, and reshape our economy if nurtured with the right ecosystem, guidance, and belief. Sri Lanka has always been a land of resilience and creativity. With new ventures and with the support of partners like NIBM, TRACE, and of course the CSSL, I believe we are laying the foundation for a new era of Sri Lankan entrepreneurship. An era where innovation is not confined to classrooms, boardrooms, but thrives in every corner of our nation. To the first 50 teams that being recognized today, congratulations. You're not just participants, you're all pioneers of Sri Lanka's startup revolution. The journey will not always be easy, but you will never be alone. The ecosystem stands with you, and the future belongs to you. On behalf of CSSL, I pledge our fullest support to this initiative and to every founder who dares to dream and dares to build. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Karunaratnam, for sharing your valued thoughts with us on this momentous occasion. And now we move on to recognize our final few startups. I would like to invite on stage Honorable Chaturanga Abesinghe, Deputy Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development, along with Head of School of Computing and Engineering, Dr. Tisara Veerasinghe. Everybody, put your hands together and give them a round of applause. We now recognize Witrax, digital tour guide for local tourism. Everybody put your hands together and give them a round of applause. And now let's recognize Enfariza, plant-based carbonated energy drink crafted from coconut sprout. We'd appreciate if all of you can give these startups a round of applause. They're young, dynamic people. And next, it's Notate Me, an AI-powered music notation app that we recognize. Everybody put your hands together and give them a round of applause. And also next, it's Chalsa, the 100% vegan leather to avoid animal products and plastics. Let's now recognize Team Raspberry, AI-powered voice-assisted test robot. Yes, they're coming up. Everybody put your hands together and give them a round of applause. Team Raspberry. And next, it's Quantara, the IoT device in analyzing rider angels in real time. And next, it's pocket soap. Soap that can be kept in your pocket. As pocket soap comes up, let's now recognize SCARMI, Counterfeit Products Identification System. SCARMI is coming up. Everybody put your hands together and give them a round of applause. We also recognize EcoCop, turning biodegradables waste into sustainable packaging. EcoCop is coming up. You as well, Cherish Care. Cherish Care, the healthcare app focused on breast cancer prevention. Next is Green, a modern herbal healthcare company that fuses ancient remedies with nanotechnology. Come on, I don't hear the applause. Everybody, another round of applause. Two more to be recognized. MoveMate, gamified stroke rehabilitation mobile app. MoveMate, and finally, Main Techies, AI automation agency for logistic operations. Let's put our hands together for all the selected startups, and thank you very much, our presentation party. Thank you. And now let's move on to another spot of entertainment. And after watching the lovely spot of entertainment, we move on to the presentation of tokens of appreciation to our very special guests. I would like to invite the Chairman and the Director General of NIBM on stage. Everybody, put your hands together and give them a round of applause. We would like to present a token of appreciation to Honorable Professor Anil Janta Fernando. Everybody put your hands together for a round of applause. Our next token of appreciation is to Honorable Chatura Abesingha. We also say a big thank you to Mr. Heminder Javira. This is a token of appreciation to you as well. Senior Advisor, Neo Ventures, Executive Director of Trace Sri Lanka. Please, a round of applause. Why not? And one more token of appreciation to Mr. Heshan Karunaratna, Senior Advisor, New Ventures, President of the Computer Society of Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Chairman and DG. Thank you. And finally, to propose the vote of thanks, I would like to invite Mr. Kirti Kodizuwaku, Program Director, New Ventures. Everybody, put your hands together for a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I have a dream. That dream is I see hundreds of people like me coming from all corners of the country and building startups in this Trace Expert city, and they are doing it 10 times faster than I did, right? So, and then they are creating millions of dollars wealth to this country. So that's the dream. And we are setting the first stepping stone for that dream. And we are here today to make that dream a reality. Okay, with my immense pleasure and pride, I am standing here to share the vote of thanks. First, I would like to share my thank to our chief guest, Dr. Harini Amarasuriya, who is our Prime Minister, and the Minister of Education and Higher Education and Vocational Education. So with her guidance, so we will be able to make this a national initiative and rolling out throughout the country. And also, I would like to thank the Deputy Ministers, Professor Anil Jayanta Fernando, and Mr. Chaturanga Abesingha, who is the Deputy Minister of Industries and Entrepreneurship Development. Thank you very much. And I should recognize the presence of the NIBM Governing Council members, and also I must thank all the NIBM staff members who are present here, who are supporting throughout this process, and also School of Computing. I should especially mention Director General Dr. Kulasurya, and our Chairman, and also Ms. Gangani Vikramasinghe, and also Dr. Tisara Veerasinghe. So their support has been very instrumental to make this event a success. And then I would like to recognize our ecosystem partners, Trace Expert City, and the Computer Society of Sri Lanka, and we are planning to onboard more ecosystem partners during this journey. So this is the beginning, and we are planning to get all the professional bodies together because we are doing a national initiative. And I especially thank Hemind and Heshan for being present here. And last but not least, I must thank all the industry leaders who are present here. I may not be able to tell all the names. I know your wish and your support will be there throughout the time, and I invite you all to mentor and invest to some of the startups who are here and who are going to come with this program. I know you are already doing most of these investment, you are controlling most of these, the ventures. So your support is very important. And I have a message for the investors. So we knew that the investors were looking for a credible set of startups. Investors, they want to make their wealth bigger and bigger, and they want to get the highest return. But they don't see fast-growing startups, and they don't have a credible platform to recognize them. So NeoVentures is the solution for you. When you have the graduates from the NeoVentures program, you have the checklist and all the boxes ticked with those startups. Then you have the guarantee that this startup has gone through this rigorous process. And the other message is for the entrepreneurs. So earlier, when you had an innovative idea, you had a challenge, thinking where to go, right? You had many startup competitions and many platforms, but you didn't have one single national accelerator to come and get your things done. Now, we are located at Trace Expert City, which is the largest platform for all the technology communities in Sri Lanka. Not only for the IT professionals, we have so many other technology facilities. So this is your opportunity, and we encourage you to use this facility. And thank you for being here, and thank you for your interest to apply this competition and going through these rigorous evaluation processes. And this is just beginning, and I know some of you were not selected to the program, but keep applying, because you were not selected because you miss little points, but I know with time you will improve and you will get a slot in our program, and that will get the opening for the next level of success that you are looking for. Thank you so much, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much. And on that wonderful note, we've come to the end of this momentous occasion. I'm sure all of you will join me in wishing NIBM all the very best in their future endeavors. Let's put our hands together and give this new venture a big round of applause. Thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you, NIBM, for inviting me to be the compeer. And we invite all of you for refreshments before you leave. Thank you. The VIP guests, we invite you.